Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
We are just to the west of you, Coach, on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Tonight, we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top? He's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a handoff looking right. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. On 1st and 10, Dillon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? this offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
Here we go. 50, plant. Good track. Ready?
Off play action. Dillon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Zone now. They'll look to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 88 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll look to throw here.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Dillon, he's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. We're in the 2nd quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain it?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him. Maybe even have a 3rd person in the area and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he finds Howard complete. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Back to throw now on first down. It's completed to Caldwell. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll drop the throw. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They looked
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on third and goal from the one. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. He'll look to throw. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. From the gun, Dillon, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded just inside the 20. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
He'll drop to throw. Being checked. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sam Hubbard, his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll try and throw for it here. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Back to throw here. And he's got the hook up here to Caldwell.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. On the crossing route, complete. That's Caldwell. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. 36 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll set up to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 1-yard touchdown pass as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Bullet good on the extra point. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 14 yards there on a Buccaneer first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
And they're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. On third down, Hunt, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Back to throw. That's caught by Howard, and he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. So give him the first down, first and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock.
Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, a short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that showed a little bit of faith, actually showed a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dillon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And he's going to go down again. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dillon. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Looking to throw. Dillon going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You've got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone, but they win big.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. He's going to get it running right. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 2 yards on the touchdown there as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Throwing on first down. Dillon. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
You see me out here? That's right. We can't be stopped. Watch one. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
I'm coming after you.
2nd and 10. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bucs, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.